To Inside Albania with me, Alice Taylor. After a few weeks off spent exploring Albania and soaking up the sun, I'm very happy to be back and ready to bring you up to speed with what's been happening during the summer break. In this week's show, I'll be finding out more about the upcoming census due to start next week. I'll be addressing concerns over a recent fossil fuel discovery and dipping into the situation in Kosovo and Serbia. I will also be joined by some extra special and rather small guests a little later to talk about the start of the new academic year and why more parents are opting for state education. Let's get started. An official population census is set to start next week in Albania, the 12th since independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1912. Now, this census was supposed to be held in 2021, but was delayed twice, meaning all eyes are on the upcoming process. Prime Minister Edi Rama has said the need to conduct the population headcount is urgent and will be conducted according to European standards and with foreign assistance. The last census did, however, receive widespread criticism for inaccuracies, particularly regarding minorities, resulting in them losing out on valuable resources allocation. Critics say that it significantly undercounted ethnic minority groups. Now, Albania's population is currently estimated somewhere around the 2.7 million mark, the lowest point since the end of communism. And there is a big interest in ascertaining exactly how many people have left the country in the last 10 years. Estimates suggest that at least 700,000 people could have gone, but how accurate this is and how many have returned is not known. Now, it will also be interesting to see how many foreign people are now in Albania compared to over a decade ago. With me today is Blendi Tsjaka from Data Centrum. Now, this census, it's been overdue, it's been delayed twice. Why is it so important now? What is on the line?
It is important because it has political implications. I think it would have a direct impact in policies that we design as a country on strategic level, and it would help a lot understanding better the present, the main issues, the main challenges, and opportunities also for future, let's say, development next years. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's been delayed twice, which people were sort of quite cynical about at the time. Yeah. Both times they were delayed, they were sort of saying, oh, is the government putting it off? Do they want to avoid it? And I've been reading since the recent census has been announced, you know, on Facebook and Twitter, everyone's got something negative or critical to say. But there does seem to be an air of people not really trusting the process, not really trusting what the outcome may be before people have even started, and even not trusting the institutions carrying out the work. Can you give us a bit of background on why this might be? Why are people cynical?
The logic behind being cynical, I think one part of it is normal. The level of trust in any kind of institution in Albania is low, and it is a permanent, let's say, pattern of behaving. In terms of census, it is a sensitive process from political point of view, but not only. First of all, it will somehow address the rapport between territory and people, how the people are distributed among all the territory of Albania, where the density is more larger, and what kind of services are needed there, and which part of territory is underpopulated, and what to do in terms of policies. The second is the matter of internal and external migration. It is a political issue. It has to do with Albanian economy, with the labor force, with retirement schemes and pension schemes. Let me say that after this census, I hope that Albanian political language in Albania will change. I hope so, because it will be based on facts and not in allegations and approximative truths or speculations. It's a very good, let's say, picture that somehow upgrade the level of discussion in Albania based on real, let's say, figures. Other issues where it is sensitive, there is ethnic component of the census and religious component of the census. And both of them are very sensitive in Albania. These different communities, religious communities, after the census of 2011, and ethnic groups complained about the previous process, about irregularities, about the standards, and these issues are sensitive related to internal balances of Albanian society, and I hope that the standards of realizing the process would be the highest possible.
It's been nearly 12 years since the last census, and as you've used the word speculation sort of several times. There's a lot of that in Albanian politics and society. Are we expecting any nasty shocks or surprises or anything from the outcome of this? Do you foresee anything that's going to particularly disrupt the discourse?
I think it would be interesting to see the aging of Albanian population. Albania is an aging population, is becoming older, and this is a big concern in terms of different kind of policies. The second one, it would be interesting to see from the perspective of voters. We have a big debate on voters. How many voters are living in Albania actually, are residents in Albania, and how many are missing, and it's a behavior, it's a choice, or because having approximate figures, it creates the space for different kind of speculations, and this is what I hope, moving from speculations and allegations to real facts and addressing real problems. It would be very interesting to see the religious, let's say, self-identification of the people, because after 13 years, Albania has moved. It's important also because we have certain policies, even in the framework of European integration, addressing minorities in Albania, addressing standards, and their number, the real number in Albania, is very important to have clear policies addressing real people with real, let's say, and providing real services. And
talking about identity, this brings me on to my last question. Now, I imagine the situation 12 years ago is quite different to how it is now in respect of what I'm about to say. When I came here 6 years ago, there were very few immigrants, expats, whatever, living here. People stared at me in the street. I was like a freak, you know. Now it's very different. There are estimated over 15,000 people with residence permits living here. Albania is very different in terms of immigration into the country when compared to like the UK, where we have long-standing ethnic communities from all around the world, etc. Do you expect to see a shift in sort of the makeup of Albanian society in this new census? Are we going to start seeing, you know, American communities, British communities, Bangladeshi communities? Is this the start of a change in Albanian society?
Yeah, I think it's initial of a real change that is expected. It's normal because people move from one country to another, and Albania it's one destination also, and it's a new experience for us. We never had this kind of experience, having foreign peoples living here, building their life here, not just for a couple of months, but really choosing to be part of this society. And it is completely new experience. And having figures on that will have, I think, a different way of understanding our reality that is changing. And I hope and I believe, strongly believe, that we'll see it as reinforcing and enriching our, let's say, society content and sources and human resources and capacities. I will see the very, very, very good value.